Alrighty, well, it's another beautiful day. It's a little cloudy. It's actually kind of socked in, pretty overcast. But you know what? Some of my best days have been taken off on days where down here it looks all cloudy and then you get some elevation and you get up above it and it's just an absolute beautiful day. So, you know what? You wake up and it's cloudy. Go out anyway. You might have a great day. I think at the start of my ride, I'll leave my "Make It a Great Day" dollar bill somewhere for someone to find. Somewhere easy, like right here. I don't have anything to weight it down with. It's gonna blow away in the wind. Oh well, somebody will find that and remember to make it a great day. I have been wanting to do this ride for quite some time. I actually started doing this ride with my buddy with his wired cruiser, but the dang thing kept on cutting out. I don't know if it was overheating or what, but the motor stopped working too many times, so we had to cut the ride short, not do it. So I am going to ride all the way around Lake Casitas, down to the 101 and back. It should be about a 59-mile ride, which according to all the range tests that I've seen on this bike, should be plenty. But I'm going to be going on a pretty challenging route that's going to take me up some pretty steep hills. This is going to be like a real world range test. I will be pretty stoked if this thing makes it all the way around the lake and back to my house and still has some range left. Starting off with full battery charge. All right, let's go. I'm going to cruise there on pedal assist 1 and 2, kind of conserve a little bit of power until I need it. When I get up there around the lake, there's a few sections that there's really no bike path on, so I'm going to be throttling it pretty heavy, hitting it on power level 5. I'm going to be asking a lot of this bike later on, so right now I'm going to take it a little bit easy while I've got a slightly downhill path. Pedal it a little bit, and we'll see how this goes. All right, I'll check in, I don't know, maybe about 10 miles from now. Well, not quite 10 miles, 9 miles. Still showing a pretty full charge, 65.2 volts. Downtown Ventura. This is one of the good things that I think COVID brought about. So opening up these storefronts out to the streets, closing the street down, letting the stores build patios and have outside seating at the restaurants and shops, letting people ride their bikes and just walk down Main Street. I love this. Yeah, and I hope it never goes back to cars driving down here again. In my opinion, this is one of the only good things COVID brought about. Anyhow, all right, we're maybe a quarter mile away from turning up along the 33 towards Ojai. I'll check in again up at Casitas Springs. I got a little treat in store. Oh, I was gonna stop recording, but look, what's going on here? They're doing a thing. Let's record it. What's happening? Farm to market. All right. Cool. Plants, food. Very cool. I think they do this down here once a month. Oh, okay. I did not see a no bicycles sign. I'll have to watch the video back and see if I rode past a sign that said no bicycles. I didn't see it. Yeah, very cool. Well, it seems like we're breaking out of the clouds now. We're gonna have a nice, beautiful, sunny day. That's great. Take off these gloves and jacket here pretty soon. You know, this is one of those things that kind of feels like before I say it that it's kind of stupid and goes without saying. But I do that kind of a lot, so it won't stop me. If you don't know the difference between a cadence sensor and a torque sensor, well, the cadence sensor, as long as you're just spinning your pedals, the power kicks in and goes. Doesn't matter how fast you're spinning the pedals or how hard you're putting any pressure on them. Torque sensor gives you power adjusted to how you're pushing on the pedals. Now, I've got a cadence sensor here, but if you want to feel like you're just riding a bike and you're still getting some exercise in, you put it down on pedal assist 1, pedal assist 2, and you'll still get a workout. You're still pedaling, especially if you've got it up in a higher gear. You get it into pedal assist 3, you're kind of like a hybrid now between a little motorcycle and a bike. You still feel it a little, but not that much. Power assist 4 and 5, you're just basically riding a moped now, a little motorcycle. The cadence sensor just spinning over. At that point, you might as well just use the throttle and not spin your legs because it's the same exact thing anyway. I'm looking forward to getting a torque sensor. I think it's a more realistic pedaling experience. All right, so normally I would not be out here on the 33. There is a specially dedicated bike path just for me, just to my left. I don't have to deal with traffic, but I wanted to come over here. We're in Casita Springs. They claim this is the home of Johnny Cash. Technically, that's true, but it makes you kind of feel like he grew up here, and this is where he's from. That's not true. I believe he's from Tennessee. But he did in 1961, and I just Googled this, so I'm not like super smart. I just looked this up. He and his wife moved up here in 1961 when he was already famous, and I think they only lived up here for like 5-6 years. It was when he was already famous, getting into drugs. He was cheating on his wife with that other singer lady, I forget her name. But yeah, they bought a house right here in Casita Springs. Did you know that? I'm gonna go up there and see if I can see it. It's on Nye Road. I think I'm on Nye Road. And I believe it's right here, 8736. I don't know if there's a gate. I don't know if they're gonna let us get up to it, but I'm gonna go see. The home of Johnny Cash. I feel like I'm on someone's driveway here. Okay, well, I don't think that this is the place that I meant to go. Oh, it's up there. Okay, so I was right. There's a gate. They're not going to let us get up here. So this is the home of Johnny Cash. The gate is open. I suppose I could just push it open and go, but I'm not going to do that. No. Anyway, quick little detour. Pretty cool up here. All right, here we are at Baldwin Road, the 33 and Baldwin Road. This is our turn. We're going to turn left here towards Lake Casitas. Now, for the first few miles, you get a very generous bike path like this to ride in. and it's fine. But after that, a few miles in, this bike path completely disappears, and in some places becomes nothing but a white line right on the edge of the road. I'll show you that when we get out there. It gets a little sketchy. Up to this point, I've done primarily nothing but pedal assist 1 and 2. I've used a little bit of throttle, like when I went up to Johnny Cash's house. That was a really steep hill, but it was really short. So I've been conserving battery. We're at 22 miles, and I've got 63, I believe that says 63.9 volts. I do not have my glasses on, so it's hard for me to see those small numbers. This is where the challenging part of the ride comes. A few miles in, we're gonna hit some pretty gnarly climbs to get above that mountain range out there in front of us. And drop down into Carpinteria, and then take the coast all the way back home. Hopefully by then, the coast isn't all cloudy like it was this morning when I started. All right, here we are at the Lake Casitas recreation area. This is as far as I made it on the last trip I took around this lake. I was with my buddy on his wired cruiser, and his motor kept cutting out. It was weird. It wasn't overheating. The temperature was like, oh, I forget. It was a good 100, 150 degrees below the 300 mark or 350 mark, whatever it is it's supposed to cut out at. So it wasn't overheating, it was just stopping working. So we didn't want to risk it breaking way down there, so we went left here and just went downhill. And since then, his bike hasn't done that again. He can't get it to replicate it. He's not done anything to try to fix it. We rode it all the way back 16 miles from here, back to the truck. It cut out again at the beach because it did overheat legitimately in the sand. But the motor hasn't cut out while being under temperature since that ride. So we can't figure out what the heck caused it, but hey, at least it stopped. So that's good. Hopefully it doesn't start again, 'cause we don't know how to stop it if it does. But anyway, that's his bike, not mine. This thing doesn't cut out. Now here we're starting to get to like where there's really no shoulder. Like look at this. The bike lane just kind of goes away. And up further it gets worse for longer. All right, well now we're cranking it up. I got up on pedal assist 5. Going up a pretty major climb. We'll be climbing now for quite a few miles. This is where I'm really gonna drain the battery. And we'll see how it is when I get down to the bottom. These guys are on the struggle bus here. Oh man, so often when I pass these regular cyclists on their bikes, you just feel the hate. I don't know if I'm projecting that or not, but I feel like these regular cyclists don't like us e-bikers flying up a hill past them while they're sweating and struggling. I got a big smile on my face. Just enjoying life. Out here making it a great day. They're out here regretting all of their life's choices. Trying not to die. Anyway, this is the section here that I was referring to earlier, where it just gets super sketchy, especially when you're out here on a regular bike. I have done this on a regular bike more than once. And you're stuck on this section for so long. So many cars pass you, so many opportunities, you know, to get hit. where yeah, I'm going 26 miles an hour. I'm still getting passed by cars, but not nearly as many. I feel like it's just a lot safer. I fly up this hill. I got the throttle cranked all the way down. Going 26 miles an hour up a really steep hill for a prolonged period. And this motor doesn't want to quit. Try to make it overheat. I dare you. Now the wired, on the other hand, you look at it sideways and put it out in the sun and that thing will overheat. Shut off. This thing is built Ford tough. It ain't gonna shut down on you. Probably recording too much of this. It's probably just boring me climbing this hill, but hey, who knows? Maybe somebody wants to see how the E-Cells Dual Star can handle a sustained climb just pinned on the throttle. Woohoo! All right, now from here, there are a couple of more little hills, but that's essentially all of the climbing. Well, this seems like a pretty decent spot to stop and take in the view. What a gorgeous bike. What a gorgeous view. All right, it's time to head on. Nice little break. Let the battery rest. And we're starting off now with 61 volts. We've gone 32.3 miles so far. And I'm gonna try out a new camera angle with this bar here. We'll see how this does for us. All right, let's get going. All right, let's knock out this downhill. We'll see how this camera angle is. It hasn't fallen off, so that's good. So I've turned the bike off now for the last mile or so, down to pedal assist 0. You know, why not? I'm going down a really steep hill. I'm going 25 miles an hour. Figure why not give the batteries a little bit of a break. It's not gonna hurt me for while I'm going down such a steep hill to turn it off. I don't know how much benefit I get for the bike being off for a couple of miles. It wasn't really working very hard getting me down this hill, but I figured why not. Extend the range just a little bit. Now we're dropping into Carpinteria. Pretty soon here I'll be hitting up with the coast, and it looks like my luck with the sun is not going to hold out. The clouds are coming back, or I'm coming back to the clouds, I guess. They never left. I left them. Whoa, whoa. All right, now here we are, Rincon Hill. You basically just get off and do a U-turn and go down this little side road. You can keep on going. Ooh, can I get the camera turned all the way that way? You can keep on going all the way up that way and take one freeway on-ramp, off-ramp. But this way just keeps you off the freeway. So we'll go down this way. Let's see, where am I at? We're at 39.5 miles, and I'm showing 58.4 volts left. All right, down to the bottom of the hill, Rincon Point. And our lovely little bike path starts back up again. And I am going to stop right up here and put my sweatshirt back on. Got a little chilly on me. All right, getting going again. Love this section of the bike path, just right up on the coast. Now, if I wasn't in the middle of doing a range test and not 100% sure I'm gonna have enough battery to get back home, I would definitely come down there, deflate my tires, and cruise up this beach. That would be fun. And there's a little path down right there, right there. But I think that'll wear out the battery pretty quick, and I don't want to push this bike home. Hi. I think it works. I heard it. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, maybe some other time I'll come down here and bring the bike with me, park in Lock and Cheetah, and fly up and down this beach. That looks like fun. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Was that the death wobble from the Wired Freedom? Can't be. This is an E-Cells Dual Star. Did you guys see that? I didn't do anything. It just started wobbling. Huh. Here, is it going again? It's got a little shimmy shake. Whoa, okay, what's going on here? Right around 23 miles an hour. Does the E-Cells have a death wobble? And don't tell me it was the weight of the water bottle, because it was out in my hand. Now it's not doing it. Huh. I don't make a habit of riding around without hands. It's generally speaking not a very good idea. But, you know, if you want to take a drink of water and it requires two hands, you should be able to do so without worrying about a wobble. Wow, I thought that was a Wired Cruiser and Wired Freedom problem. It's not doing it anymore, but you guys saw it. It did it twice. I didn't do anything to make it do it. It just did it. Very, very interesting. The death wobble on the E-Cells. Okay, now this is something that I had to get used to at first. I'll try to lean forward a little bit. So, you know, the battery, if you're looking at that from a newbie's perspective, you think, uh-oh, I only got one more bar left and I'm gonna die. Well, the battery itself, like the outline of the battery, is another level. So that bar will go away, and then you'll just have the battery outline there, and then eventually that one will start flashing and will go away. So you start getting range anxiety when you look at it like this visually. It's like, oh my goodness. But you got 56.7 volts left here. Let's go over to your cheat sheet. 56.6 volts is 45%. So I still have almost, well, I have 45%. So I was gonna say almost 50. Duh. I have 45% battery left. It just doesn't look like, it doesn't display that, you know, you got what I'm saying. Anyhow, we're at 46.7 miles. I still have 45% battery left. Cruising. Let's see if we can get that death wobble to happen again. Let's take the water bottle out. Let's see. That's what did it last time. I was on a little bit of a rough path. There was a little bit of an up and down bouncing. Oh, here we go, here we go. This is a smooth road. Woo! About 25 miles an hour. 23, 24, right around there. This thing starts a wobbling. Now, I don't know if I've got something loose or what, but now I do have this extra camera pole attached to it. I'm gonna stop and take that off. Try it again. Well, it looks like I stopped right at the scene of an accident. Car off the side of the highway up there on the 101. Yeah, anyway. So, I don't know what this weighs, but it's not insignificant, and I mounted it up on the front here. So now I'm going to take this off and we'll see if that wobble, I'll bet you it had something to do with this thing on there. Okay, we'll get underway here again and see if we can recreate that wobble. Another thing you have to account for is when you're looking at this, when you're pedaling and you're going, it's under load, you know, so it's going to show whatever voltage it is. When you stop and you rest like I just did, take off that handlebar mount, not handlebar mount, but whatever. Now the voltage is up to 57.5. You look at 57.6 is 50% battery left. So I actually have 50% battery left at 46.2 miles up some very steep hills up around Lake Casitas. So pretty impressive range. All right, let's get going. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Man, I should have been a singer, not a janitor. I blew it. Made the wrong career path. Oh boy. Okay, here we are, 22, 23 miles an hour. Let me take the water bottle out so everything's equal. And let's see if we can't duplicate. Let me put this water bottle in my pocket in case something happens, it's not in my hand. Let's see if we can duplicate. Oh, look, it's wobbling again. Whoa, okay. Well, now it's wobbling without the thingamaboober on it. The selfie stick mount. Very, very interesting. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna take this off. Nope, we're still wiggling. Interesting. All right, well. Moral of that story, I suppose, is don't ride with no hands, you goofball. I mean, what are you doing that for anyway, really? You should have at least one hand on your handlebars. You know? Or don't go 23, 24 miles an hour. There's a sweet spot where it wobbles, so if you are going to be no hands, don't be going 23, 24 miles an hour. All right, this is Mondo's. It's a good beach break, good surf break to learn how to surf at. I taught one of my kids how to surf here, the one that was interested in learning how to surf, my oldest. Nice little beach break here, nice and calm. Good for longboarding. Beautiful spot right here. Everywhere's a beautiful spot. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. You see the battery now, that last bar it's been flashing, going away, coming back. We're at 55 volts. So your first time riding this bike, that starts happening, you think, oh my God, my battery's about to die, I better get home. I'm still a good 10 miles away from home right now. But when you look over here at your cheat sheet, 55 volts, well, we don't have 55, we got 54.7 and 55.7. 54.7 volts is 35% battery still left. So I'm still good. I still have plenty of battery left. It starts to scare you. And then next, this battery frame will start to flash and then go away. So anyway, there you go. I tell you, the young kids must really like this helmet. Whenever I get down around the crowds, boy, I get a lot of compliments on my helmet, especially from the young kids. They, woo, looking good. You go, Grandma. I don't get the grandma thing, but I get that a lot with this helmet. I think they really like it. I mean, I think it's the cool kid lingo that I'm not up to speed with. You go, Grandma, and woo. Yeah, but yeah, the kids really seem to like this style. All right, well, I'm back on the home path here. I'd say I'm probably within about 3 miles from home, give or take. And I have gone 61.6 miles and am currently showing 52 volts, 52.2. When I stop pedaling, when it's under load, it's reading 51.3 volts when I am pedaling. So, going to my cheat sheet over here, 51.5, that would have said 51.8, 52. So 51.8 is 20%. So I'm somewhere between 20 and 25%, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, those are the numbers that are between 20 and 25, that's right. So that's where I'm at. I am absolutely going to make it back home before I run out of battery. So that's fantastic. I did not stop my Strava for any of the breaks that I took. I stopped and took a couple of like 5-minute breaks. I've been going for just over 4 hours, 62 miles. And if you want to ride a bike further than that, you'd be my guest. My butt doesn't hurt. Now, I watched some other YouTuber, some shithead, did a range test. He had to stop at home for an hour, right in the middle of his range test. Take a big long break. What a sissy. Just kidding. Just by chance he actually watches this video. Big fan. I watch all your videos. Oh, what was that? What was that? Okay, whoa. Well, now that's interesting. All power just cut out. Right when I went over that bump. I'm still reading 52 volts, but all power just completely cut out. Now that's interesting. 52.2 volts should give me, it's like I said, somewhere between 20 and 25%. Now let's stop here. Well, that's interesting. I went over a bump and all the power just cut out. But it's not dead. 52.4 volts here. So that's interesting. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it back on. Starts up with 52.5 volts. And boom, I've got power. So that was just a weird glitch. Let's get going. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Have a great day.
You too. Hey, that's weird. He said, have a great day. I say, make it a great day. Does he recognize me? Does he know who I am? No, I doubt it. Anyway, well, it's back. I turned it off, turned it back on, and I've got power again. I'm nowhere near dead, so that was weird. That was by no means the first bump I went over this ride. Oh, it just cut out again. I'm gonna have to go up a hill with no power here. Whoa. Okay. Well, this is a new development for the E-cells. I have not had this happen before. Sexy pants. Gotta call you back, wifey. Huh. So we got 62.7 miles, and it is now starting to turn off. When I turn it off just for just a couple of seconds, turn it back on again. Now my power's back again. That is really quite bizarre. So what does that mean? And is 20% actually dead? Or is there something going on with my bike down here with this low voltage where the power cuts out? Let's see if it does it again. So far, so good. Let's bump it up into pedal assist 3. Huh, okay, well, it seems to be good again. I'll let you know if it cuts out. I gotta call my wife back. Whoop, okay, it just did it again. I just crossed the road. It seems to be every time I hit a bump for some reason, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I've hit so many bumps with this bike, and the battery, you know, nothing cuts out. Nothing has in the past. I mean, one time early on when I first got this bike, I washed it down. I got it really, really wet. And the power cut out for like a few days. I went through and unplugged everything, plugged everything back in, and it fixed it, but I didn't get anything wet. So bizarre. I'm gonna stop, turn it off, turn it right back on, not even give it a second, go right away, and boom, I have power. Oh, no I don't. Maybe the battery is just dying. I mean, it doesn't make sense. According to my cheat sheet here, unless my cheat sheet's wrong, which is totally possible. I just got this off of some dude's Facebook post. I just took a screenshot of it, so I don't know how reliable this information is. Oops, just lost my chain. Boy, this bike's starting to fall apart. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that's the good thing about the double wall chain guard on the E-cells that the wire doesn't have. If you do lose a chain like I did, you just kind of keep pedaling. Pedal forward, pedal backward, it'll fix itself. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it off. See if I can do this while I'm still riding. Turn it back on. And boom, I have power before the screen even lights up, but then the power dies again right away. So, I'm showing 52 volts still, so I should still have somewhere in the neighborhood of 20% battery. Well, it looks like I'm gonna make it the rest of the way home. Another quarter mile, maybe a little bit more, on Chevrolet legs. That's weird. I'll contact E-cells and see, or maybe if anybody knows who's watching this, give me an idea of why power's cutting out while I still have 20% battery. Off. On. Okay, now I'm in pedal assist 2, using just the cadence sensor, and I've got power. Well, the batteries are not dead, so why was it cutting out? Or why is it cutting out? Huh. That's bizarre. Well, anyway, I am definitely gonna make it home. I'll have to figure out what this loss of power was all about right before I made it home, right in the last mile. But anyway, thanks for going out with me. There's the range test. I've got 64 and a half miles. I'm still going-ish. I mean, I still have power right now. Okay, let's pump it up. Let's go to 3. Let's go to 4. Let's go to 5. Let's see if I lose power. There we go, yeah. That's what I thought. It doesn't have enough juice to give it all of it. And now I'm back down to 2 and I still don't have power. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. There, now I have power again, and I lost it again. So, I don't know. Maybe 52 volts. You need to consider this thing dead. Don't worry about the percentage. Maybe that's what it is. All right, make it a great day.